Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm kalikaiz. Today we're playing black-green Glee with a little bit of a spice. Playing a Writhing Chrysalis over here as a way to grind out our opponent and fight those mid-range wars while still having the Basking Broodscale Sadistic Glee hyperspeed combo by being mostly black-green. I've got Sakura Tribe Elder here as my black-green version of Cleansing Wildfire to get a bunch of ramping going on. And then we're playing Evolution Witness as a way to get back stuff, plus the Blood Fountain to get back Witness, and Nadir's Nightblade as the win condition. So really we have Writhing Chrysalis and Nightblade as our combo-y win conditions, plus the attacking with the Broodscale and the Glee. I'm not actually going to be playing a second win condition. I think it's probably fine the way it is. In the previous version that I played yesterday, I was playing, trying to ramp with the Arboreal Grazer. I felt that was okay. And then I tested a black-green Jund Glee that I liked as well today and got a 4-1, so hopefully this will come out okay. If you want to check out the sideboard guides for the decks I like to play, check out patreon.com/kalikaiz. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this deck and my gameplay. Check out cardmarket.com, the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe. Let's hop into the matches. We're here in round 1 on the play versus Beso de Gea, who is one of the better Pauper players. So this is going to be tough. Let's keep this and play tap land turn 1 and pass the turn. Looks like they're holding up maybe a Spell Pierce. We can go like play the Blood Fountain first, see if they want to do anything. They don't. Play Chromatic Star and pass. So we could still Deadly Dispute this Chromatic Star to get extra value and then see what happens. They didn't do anything. They play a Modern Age. They must be on a Fairies build. I would doubt that it's Cogate. They discard a Fumes. Let's Deadly Dispute this Chromatic Star. And then we have the Chrysalis. So we could... I think I'm just going to play out a Wellspring. Alright. So the problem with that was I didn't have extra mana. But I kind of want to just keep drawing cards. They're going to draw and discard a Deep Analysis with their Modern Age. Bajuka bogs me, which is fine. Find a Sadistic Glee. Let's try to Deadly Dispute this Wellspring for cards and try to draw lands. There's a land. So we can play a land. And then play another Wellspring. And then I suppose we can just discard the Insight. I've got double safekeeping and Glee, so if they tap out, then I probably don't die to a Snuff Out. Passing the turn. Our opponent brainstorms. I guess I'm hoping that, well, they don't currently have a Snuff Out available anyway because they have a Bajuka Bog and not a Swamp. Now they find the Swamp with the Lorien Revealed. I'm sort of hoping that they tap out, but I don't think they're going to. They found an island instead. Going to discard the Eviscer's Insight. Okay. So they flip the Vector Glider. Flashes back Deep Analysis, giving us a window here. Okay, plays an island. So that means that they're going to have the mana to stop us. We can duress them. Then they might go Spellstutter Sprite. 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the mana. Let's try duress. Okay, they flash in the Spellstutter Sprite. That was pretty expected. And play this landscape. Go Broodscale. I guess we... Okay. I was worried for a second again about the Snuff Out, but they don't have it because they don't have a swamp, as I said before. So now we have infinite mana. Alright, baby. It's combo time. Let's see what we can get done. Can barely see. Play my Energy Refractor, draw a card. Finding a Deadly Dispute's huge. Make a black, and then Deadly Dispute my Wellspring. Draw on some cards. Finding an Evolution Witness. That's almost enough to win. I'm going to make some mana, and then play out my Chrysalis. We have to go to 6 mana and then filter into the Energy Refractor. I'm trying to keep as much onboard mana as possible. That way, like, later on I can respond to stuff. Green. Play the Chrysalis. Okay. Now this becomes a little bit annoying with click-wise, but that's fine. So what do I want to do? I guess I can discard a Swamp and then Witness getting back the Wellspring and then Eviscer's Insight the Wellspring. Green. Okay, we've made the mana. Play the Evolution Witness. And we'll select the Witness, making green off the Refractor. And then I'll just crack all of these. So this puts all the triggers on the stack at once, making it easier to resolve. Okay, all the things are on the stack. We will get back the Wellspring and cast it. Trying to pay attention to my clock here because it is going wild. Draw. Finding another Wellspring. Draw again. We found a Tamia's Safekeeping. Okay, let's make some mana. Viscer's Insight on the Wellspring. Drawing a Star. Find a Sakura Tribe Elder. Play this Refractor. Maybe I should have played the Elder first to not draw another land. Yeah, probably. Okay, play the Elder. Get a land out of my deck. Oh, no, that doesn't work. I was thinking maybe I could win with the Chromatic Star. That doesn't work the way that I wanted. Okay. Practice for black. If I get down to like 15 minutes on clock, I'm just gonna have to quit. Like doing stuff. Oh man. Now I'm gonna cycle the landscape. Finding another Broodscale. So I guess I can just play the Broodscales out. Green. Then I can like adapt them. Just get more creatures in play. I'll just play out some Broodscales. 17 minutes on clock. We need to start doing stuff. I guess the last thing that I'm going to do is just cycle this landscape in case I can find something. Our opponent has taken 1 minute and 15 seconds of actions, and we've been comboing off for like 14 minutes already. Okay, cycle. Got red. Got green. Let's see what we draw into. Sakura Tribe Elder. We can play that. And then I'll just sacrifice it for another swamp and pass the turn. Okay. So after 10.5 minutes, or 9.5 minutes, here we are. They play a Contaminated Aquifer. Let's see how many Snuff Outs they have in hand. Snuff Out number 1. We have Safekeeping number 1. They're casting a Consider, looking for an answer to the Safekeeping. Brainstorm. So they must have considered into the Brainstorm. Otherwise, they could have brainstormed and then considered something away. But maybe it just gets deeper with the Consider. Another Snuff Out. So I'm going to make mana first. This allows me to still have more mana floating for the third Safekeeping that's in hand. We're doing some stack stuff. I guess it's not really combo time anymore, and I can turn off my glasses so I can see. Ugh. Okay, I'll cast the Safekeeping now. They have 2 more mana open. So they could... I'll try again. Look at this stack, it's ridiculous. Oh my god. That was a thing. Can't believe it happened like that. So the question now becomes, do I try to bring in the Last Rites and strip their hand? Or do I go for the Safekeepings? I think I want to try to grind through them with Duresses and Last Rites. I know that the Last Rites, the Duresses cannot stop the Spellstutter sprite, but I think that it's better to try to get an idea of what's going on that side and then use the Writhing Chrysalises to stall. And eventually we can get them with the Last Rites. That is my plan. This hand looks pretty solid. I'm going to keep it. They're leading on a tap land, so I think I have the option of... Okay, I'm going to play out my Chromatic Star on turn 1. Like, my option was Chromatic Star or Landscape Crack. Then I can Wellspring turn 2 here. I'll probably counterspell that. I have a turn 3... They have a Spell Pierce. Kind of stinks. I have a turn 3 Deadly Dispute the Chromatic Star, turn 4 Writhing Chrysalis. I cycle Lorien Revealed, getting an island. I'll play this Landscape. I think I'll try another Wellspring. I mean, I could have Deadly Disputed, but they use a Null. Okay, 2 cards out of their hand. I'm expecting a Monarch right now. They play the Monarch. We'll crack for the Mountain in case we can draw the right cards, i.e. untap land. We find a tap land. Let's Deadly Dispute this Chromatic Star. Drawing a Landscape. A Tree of Tales. Play the Colony Garden. And I'm going to Deadly Dispute my plant. Drawing more cards. Finding a Duress and an Insight. Okay. One goes with Nile's Spellbomb. It's pretty medium. Find an energy refractor. I can try duress. They probably have the spell stutter sprite, but then they can't. I'm just gonna duress. They're probably gonna spell stutter me. Okay, saw that coming. Now I can just go Writhing Chrysalis, and they can't hit me with a counter spell. And then I could Glee onto this spawn token. I have 2 attackers. I'm not sure how good that is. They're Bajuka Bogging, getting rid of some artifacts and stuff. Okay. No attacks from the opponent. They go to 5 cards in hand, though. Big time bummer on that side. Find the Nightblade. Let's try playing that. Gives me some ability to, like, slow drain them. Okay. Lay out this Tree of Tails. And then guess we're gonna pass. I don't really want to go for the we have a couple problems here. Spell Stutter Sprite's a problem. Then, like, if I play the Energy Refractor or the Eviscerator's Insight, both of them are gonna get wrecked by the Spell Stutter. So maybe I just cycle the Landscape, Brainstorm for the opponent, bringing back a Sneaky Snacker. Pretty nice. I think once they have Thorn plus Spell Stutter on the table, it's going to be almost impossible to win the game. Just drawing 7,000 cards a turn. Oops. Oh no. Can't undo that. Oops. Mess that up. Right, Energy Refractor. They're probably going to counter it with a Spell Stutter. At this point, I think I'm just going to scoop. Just a regular counter spell. Let's try now cycling this. Try Refractor. That resolves now. Okay, another Chrysalis. Okay. So we're getting closer to being able to attack for the Monarchy, I guess. They kill my creature. Fine. I think I'm just going to move on to the next game. I feel like we're buried here. Maybe I want the Snuff Out as an answer to the Spell Stutter. Seems medium, though. Just keep trying. Spell Stutter Sprite is the bane of the combo player's existence. We have land, duress, land, wellspring. Guess I'm keeping that. And then I can Eviscerator's Insight. It's just interesting to me that they brought in the Nile Spellbomb to try to take out the Eviscerator's Insight. It does some things. I wonder what they are taking out. Okay. We have Dispel. Guess I take your Lorien Revealed. They have tap land, tap land. Yeah, I'll take the Lorien Revealed. Land, play the Wellspring. Draw a card. Find a Twisted Landscape. So I guess I can go Landscape for red. They have to play a tap land again. I can Eviscerator's Insight the Wellspring. They're playing Consider. Plays the tap land. So Aquifer in hand. Lorien Revealed is gone. Okay. We're going to crack this for Mountain. Start playing out some Chrysalis next turn. Drawing 3 cards here, going up to 7 cards in hand. Find some Last Rites. Could be good. They discard a Snacker to the Modern Age. Plays out the tap land again. Let's go land, Chrysalis, and attack. Or, well, no attacks, but we're passing the turn. Okay, so I know they have Dispel in hand. This is gone. This is gone. Bunch of random stuff. They put the Dispel in the graveyard. Plays a Modern Age. Getting back the Snacker. 6 cards in hand. I wonder what I want to do here. I can Eviscerator's Insight the spawn, or I can Last Rites discarding like 2 lands, and then play out my Broodscale. Last Rites you. Snuff Out, huh? That stinks. Discard these 2 lands. It's annoying. So I'll get rid of Spellbomb and the Dispel. Play out the Broodscale. I don't really know how I'm going to win here. I mean, I think that their deck is built to beat mine, so maybe Jund has a better time. We did okay in game 1, so maybe I should have just kept with that plan. Like, no changes. They kill my guy. Get in for 2. Alright. So, cast down gone. We will Eviscerator's Insight, sacrificing a spawn. Pass the turn. I got nothing. They have tons of power on the table. Cycles a Lorien Revealed. Got Counterspell, cast down still. Brutal. 4 cards in hand. I guess maybe I should Last Rites them. Target you. They go Counterspell. put my Nightblade into play and play the Colony Garden. I don't have any good answers. Their counterspell maybe could have protected their Monarch, which would definitely bury us. Plays Consider. They're getting in for 6, putting us to 8. Sakura Tribe Elder is doing nothing. Fair enough. All of our last rights are gone. Let's attack for 1, I guess. They play an island, get in for 6. Deck is strong. Pilot is strong. But a lot of problems for me on the other side. Go ahead and grab a swamp. I mean, we would have to like chain a bunch of card draw. I'll play a Chromatic Star. Bracket for red, I guess. Chromatic Star again. Black. Yeah, we didn't get there. We'll see you in round 2. Okay, round 2. On the draw. This hand's probably fine. Our opponent's on plains, which could be a good sign for us. Novice Inspector for their turn 1. We can play the landscape and pass, grabbing the forest, so then we can Tribe Elder, sack the Tribe Elder a couple of times. They're on black-white. Okay. Plays a Lembas, and they scry bottom. So they did not like what they saw. Gets in for 1. Yep, we're going to crack for a forest. Finding a swamp is pretty good. Play out the Tribe Elder and pass the turn. Doubt they'll snuff out. Okay. So we can block, sack, get a mountain. I'll block. So this is the ramping strategy that I was hopefully going for. Get my mountain out. Next turn we can go Steve plus Wellspring. Plays Inspiring Overseer. So maybe this is like the black-white ephemerate version of the deck. Finding a Chrysalis. That's pretty good. Let's play out the Chrysalis. Turn 3 Chrysalis off the ramp. They don't have good blocks now. So they can't Tithing Blade us because we're insulated with the spawns. Plays a Thraben Inspector. That's fine. They have another clue. Sort of expecting a Tithing Blade, but I don't think it's the right... I mean, it kind of stinks. They find a Thraben Charm, making it an X. That's 6 damage. Alright, we'll just take it. Thing dies. They have Basilica picking up a land. Looks like maybe the plains. Yeah, they pick up the plains. We're going to get in for 3. Okay. So let's start on play the Wellspring. Find a safekeeping. It's Deadly Dispute the Wellspring, trying to find a land drop. There's a land drop. I have a Duress and another Sakura. So let's Duress you. Just see what's going on over there. Palace Sentinels. Yikes. So I can play the Broodscale and then block. Yeah, let's just do that. Broodscale, go. The only problem would be if they have exactly a Tithing Blade off the top. They crack the clue, drawing a card. So 2 unknowns in hand. We know they have Palace Sentinels and 2 lands. Plays the plains. So they can't attack with their Novice Inspectors now. Getting in. Okay. Skyfisher to pick up the Thraben Inspector maybe, or they could pick up the Lembas. Might as well play the Thraben Inspector back out. Okay, they do pick up a Thraben or Novice Inspector and replay it. So lots of clues on their side. Got plenty of mana to do stuff on the next turn. Let's try Viscer's Insight on the Treasure Token. Trying to find my Glee combo. Didn't find it. Play this Refractor. Draw a card. There's the Glee. So let's just play the landscape. Well, we want to keep the landscape in hand for... No, we already have the combo, right? So we just have to keep my creature alive until the next turn. So I'll just pass. Once again, they have 2 unknowns. Cracks a clue. They only have 3 mana available, but they have a land drop and a swamp in hand. They decide to play the Basilica. They pick up a swamp. Okay, I guess they're dead. Probably, anyway. And what are they going to do? 2 mana. So if this is a removal spell, we have an answer. If it's... Yep. We'll just use the safekeeping. And they have no more land drops. There's nothing they can do on 1 mana to kill me. So we'll just Glee this creature, adapt it, and then win the game by playing out the Nightblade. Okay, cool. They concede to the win condition. Don't have to spend 20 minutes doing it again. We know that they are potentially on... We know they're on Monarch. Let's bring in the last rites for their interaction, and they might have some number of flag bearers. So we have to try to figure out if we want to bring in the Drown in Sorrows or the Snuff Outs. Let's get rid of these last rites, actually. Go. I'll bring in 2 Snuff Outs and then trim on 2 things. So I guess it's going to be these Sakuras because they're not really that necessary. We have a lot of time, I think. So like ramping maybe is not necessary. Okay. So we can get a swamp, play the Wellspring. Seems fine. Keep. Opponent's going to lead on a Thraben Inspector. Okay, you got me. We find the Glee off the top. I grab a swamp and pass. Our opponent untaps, plays a swamp. A little bit nervous with this Tree of Tales that they are going to like revoke Existence It or something, but they cycle a Baron more here and get in for 1. They probably have a lot of lands in hand then. With the Broodscale, we're close to just combo killing. Maybe not. Anyway, we have the full combo in hand. We just have to work up to the mana to cast it. So this next turn, it's like Chromatic Star plus pass, Viscer's Insight the Wellspring. See if we can work up to playing the Chrysalis, then untapping for Sadistically Broodscale. I get in for 1 again. We have Colony Garden, but yeah, I'm going to play land, Chromatic Star, pass the turn. I can use the Chromatic Star to filter for red for the Chrysalis. 4 mana for the opponent. They're attacking for 1. We go to 17. And that's it? Okay, let's draw 3 cards off the Wellspring and the Insight. Drawing another Colony Garden and a Duress. And a Landscape. Let's, I guess, start with the Duress. Maybe that's not necessary. I should probably just do my original plan. And then save the Duress for the next turn. Land. Go red. 9 cards in hand now. Play the Chrysalis. Then I'll just discard a Colony Guardian. They're going to use a cast down on the Chrysalis. Thing is dead, though. But we have Blood Fountain to get it back. If they just play out the Broodscale and the Blood Fountain, they have the rest of their own. They can take the Glee. They decide to take the Glee. Makes sense. Plays a Tithing Blade to kill my spawn. Spawn down. Get in for 1. 3 cards in hand now. Find another Chrysalis. So let's play the Landscape. Play Blood Fountain. I'm going to pass the turn. So my plan now is to sacrifice the Landscape for a red so I can start casting more Chrysalises, and then I can just Blood Fountain them all back. Go over the top of my opponent. They draw a card on end step. Okay, so they bog me, getting rid of my Chrysalis and my Insight. I guess I should have used the Insight there. That was a mistake. Plays a Glynhawk. Picking up the Tithing Blade, I guess. So we can just sack for red, and then Visitor's Insight the spawn. I want to sack for red so that I could just get that out of the way. 2, get the Mountain. Draw. Finding a Duress and a Snuff Out. We have a lot of Duresses now. Okay, let's start with Duress for you. Alright, looks like they're just going to pick up the Tithing Blade again. Chrysalis. Colony Garden. They can also pick up the Bajuka Bog, but then we'll start attacking with the Chrysalis. Instead they play a Bridge. Looks like they're casting, oh, they're flipping the Tithing Blade. That makes sense. Now they determine they don't want to flip the Tithing Blade. They're going to wait till their turn, I guess. Have a Broodscale. Let's start by attacking with Chrysalis. And Deadly Dispute my plant. I have the Glee safekeeping. I probably should have done that earlier, I guess. So now we have the win condition. So green, play the Broodscale. Play the Sadistic Glee. Make some mana. Now we've got 4 mana plus the Insight, sacrificing the spawn. I have to hold on to my green mana here. I guess I can... We're going to go for Blood Token, discard this Forest. Use the Treasure Token for the safekeeping. Alright, now I find a Refractor, so it makes it a little bit easier. And play the Refractor and then cycle the Landscape. So that was sort of my plan. Finding another Glee. There's going to be triggers galore. Alright, so with 4 mana, I guess we'll go to 5 mana in play. I'm going to play out a second Broodscale and a second Glee. And then I'm making infinitely wide creatures. I have 3 infinitely tall creatures. And that should be kind of enough, I think. Just sack these spawns to go sideways. There'll be so many triggers. They scoop! Yay. So we would have cycled the landscape into the Nightblade for the win. Wow. Okay, it was just sitting on the top and I didn't draw into it. We're 1-1 on to round 3. Okay, we're here in round 3 on the play versus an opposing Glee deck. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna keep this. It's a little bit risky, like Chrysalis is not very good. Maybe I should have mulliganed. Like safekeeping is not good here, right? We're not doing anything with that. So I instantly regret my decisions. Chromatic Star, go. They're on Jund Glee. Okay. So this is a little bit better because we have the Sakura tribe. We can just sack for a swamp and then Eviscer's Insight. They go Broodscale immediately. Can't do anything about that. All right. Nicely, we have the Chrysalis this turn. I would be pretty sad if they just go for the combo without doing anything. Blaze of Forest, do you have it? Constantly. Sucks. Block. Our opponent, I can't be mad because what they did was they kept a hand that was better than my hand. They kept a hand that could have the potential to turn 3 kill me. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, this would be fun to play a mid-range deck when I knew what they were doing and I still didn't go for it. Just, it's also like, ugh. Plays a Wellspring. And they have the combo, so that was quite an opener. I gotta shuffle a lot better. Snuff out's coming in. We're gonna get rid of the safekeepings. So Last Rites is good. Maybe the Chrysalis is like worthless. Bring in the Duresses. Just go full on black green. It's like tons of interaction. Let's try it. All right, we're on the play again. We have Glee, Broodscale, and Last Rites. Let's keep. So we're looking to find a Deadly Dispute to try to get through them. Go land, star. Okay, that's pretty good. I think we just pass to them. They play a Wellspring. Let's Deadly Dispute the Chromatic Star. Finding a Sakura Tribe Scout. Or Tribe Elder. Play another Wellspring. We need a land. Oh my goodness. Brutal. Play out the Chromatic Star again. Our opponent is going to sacrifice their Wellspring to exile one of my artifacts. I think is kind of mid. But I'm happy that they're doing that instead of anything else. They have 7 cards in hand. Play a land. Pass the turn. They play a swamp. Looks like they kept their Chrysalis in. I'm gonna Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. I'm not sure if Chrysalis is where we want to be in this matchup. Okay, so now I have a decent amount of combo here. If I should kill the Troublemaker Oof right now. I think no. But I think they have a Snuff Out. So we could go Broodscale, Glee, kill your thing. This Last Rites is not better than a Duress at the moment. I might Energy Refractor trying to draw into a land. There we go. And then I can just play the Steve out. And then kill your Chrysalis. That's a turn. We have another Chrysalis. Leaving open a swamp. And they're doing nothing here. Maybe they have a Deadly Dispute. We'll get Forest with the Steve. Untap. Another Last Rites. So we can play the Tribe Scout. Or Tribe Elder. And I guess I can just play my Broodscale. And let's see what happens here. They have 5 cards in hand. As expected, they have the Deadly Dispute. Fanatical Offering, okay. So it looks like they just copied the list from Season of Mist. They have a lot of mana in play. 5 mana, 2 spawns. They play a Broodscale. They go Glee. We have Snuff Out. Okay, that worked for us. That's good. Cracks the crystal or a spawn token. They have a second Broodscale. What a boss. And a second Glee. Really? Dang it. Okay, so do you have a Refractor in all the colors as well? Every single one of their cards was gas. Amazing. I kind of expect that they have Snuff Out in hand too. Cleansing Wildfire on the top of their deck. Play a land. They swing in with the Chrysalis. We're gonna block. Grab a Forest. Go to 8. Have my own Snuff Out. Play the Last Rites. I'm gonna discard my other Last Rites, I think. I'm really just worried about a Snuff Out. They have nothing. They kept the Cleansing Wildfire on top. So I'll go Glee here. And then go to 4 life, killing the Broodscale. They just yielded to it. Okay. Guess they were just F6'd. That's good for me. Visitor's Insight. So we're going to be drawing 4 cards here. Hopefully that will seal the game. Okay. We find a Wellspring. Very good. That way we can draw even more cards. Okay, I'll play this Sakura Tribe Elder. And then get a land out of my deck. Sacrifice. Getting more lands. So I guess I learned that I shouldn't have been quite as scared of their Snuff Out in hand. They just didn't have it. Finding a Duress. Deadly Dispute. We have 2 more Snuff Outs in the deck. I'm going to start with cycling this landscape. Do we draw? Cycle. Finding another Insight. So we're definitely continuing. Dispute the Spawn. Find Evolution Witness. So I can Evolution Witness back a Wellspring. Or if I find another Glee, I can win the game. Because I can just keep witnessing back the Chromatic Star. So I think I Evolution Witness back the Wellspring first. I'm gonna make some green. Adapt, and we'll get back the Wellspring. Play the Wellspring here. Draw a card. What do we find? The Nightblade, finally. But we don't have to do anything extra special. We just win the game. Phew. Awesome. Okay. I still think the Chrysalis is not necessary in the matchup. I was worried about, but is Last Rites better than Duress? Seemed like I just didn't have that much mana available. I'm going to bring in a couple of safekeepings. I think at any point, if I'd had the safekeeping in hand instead of the Last Rites there, I could have just won the game. Okay, I think I like this. We can get a Forest turn 1, and then play Steve, get another land. Our opponent is going to crack for a Swamp right away. We have a second Snuff Out. Let's play the landscape and then see what happens. I can't believe they had the double Broodscale, double Glee. They play the Wellspring turn 1. Grab a Forest. Play my Tribe Elder. Pass the turn. Our opponent, Fanatical Offerings, a Wellspring. Getting a map, playing a Forest. If I had a land drop lined up, I wouldn't have to crack this, but I'm going to crack it right now for the Mountain. They're at 8 cards in hand, so they have to discard the hand size. I have the Glee combo now. Play the Refractor. Trying to find, okay, we found Forest. I can pass. So if they're fully tapped out, I can just go for it. It's kind of nerve-wracking though. A Deadly Dispute, finding a treasure token, or making a treasure token. Draw Forge Bridge for the opponent. They have a Wildfire as well. Okay. They most likely have Snuffs. We're gonna Deadly Dispute the Energy Refractor. I don't like that, but gotta do. Play my Tribe Elder and pass the turn. We have multiple Snuff Outs. I'm just looking for a way to clear the road, I guess. Makeshift Munitions, that's bad. Gives them like a mid-range plan against me. There's a Swamp. They've got the Chrysalis. Okay. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. Let's Deadly Dispute the treasure token. Okay. Another Broodscale Glee. 1, 2, 3. I guess we can kind of go for it. All right, let's try it. We'll go Broodscale. Sadistic Glee. They didn't do anything. I'll blow up your Writhing Chrysalis. So in order to do anything, they have to sacrifice both the spawns, then shoot it with this and this. And I can just adapt it. So they let that happen. Okay, we're going to try to do some stuff now. I mean, we can at least play the second Broodscale in the Glee. For the Wellspring, draw a card. Unfortunate that we had to lose our refractor there. Eviscer's Insight this Wellspring. Another Wellspring. Play that Wellspring out. Okay, another one. I can dig it. Wellspring again. Another Swamp. Okay. I'm going to play my second Broodscale and Glee. Okay, so let's make some creatures. Bunch of mana. And then I will Eviscer's Insight the Wellspring from the graveyard. See if I can find a Chromatic Star or something. We found a Duress. Chromatic Star would be good. Fractor would be better. Okay, I've got nothing going on. Start passing. Discard the Colony Garden. Can they kill me? That'll be interesting to see. They're paying 2 mana. Plays a Wellspring. Okay. Gives them more fodder for the munitions. Right now we can snuff out to kill both of the spawns to clear the way for the attacking Basking Broodscales. Okay, our opponent has a Deadly Dispute to draw some cards. The only interaction that I have right now is the double snuff out. They need Broodscale, Glee, double protection. They Glee their spawn. That's fine. They have 1 snuff out. All right, I'm going to kill your spawn. Actually, I'm going to make infinite mana in at this time. I don't want them to trick me into snuffing out their spawn token when they could just play another Broodscale with the Glee and then kill me. So I want to hold up my double snuff out. But I think that having infinite mana would also be quite good. So I'll go until I have like 40 mana or something. We made 5 mana. The problem is our opponent, they're maintaining priority. They can't F6. I guess they are. So they said that if they currently have another snuff out plus, so I should just, I'm just doing this. Blast your spawn. I didn't think about, they are telling me a couple of things. They said I'm basically growing their spawn token here, so if they can wipe the board. Okay, they decide to kill their spawn. Their spawns. Okay, they draw some cards. Just trying to put mana on the table. Okay, I have 30. Well, waiting for my opponent to give me back priority. I can I'll have 30 tokens. So they finally resolve their snuff out. Sadistically on their creature. Fine. Really annoying. Okay. Eviscer's Insight the Wellspring first. Drawing Tree of Tales. So getting rid of my Fractor really hosed me. To rest them. Get rid of your safekeeping. Kill your spawn. Your turn. So they're going to fire the spawn at me. Go to kill my creature. Whatever. On taps, they have Second Munitions, Chrysalis, and Fanatical Offering. Yeah. We have a snuff out. I think I'm going to try the Visitor's Insight. Back the spawn. Oh man, check this out. Ha ha ha! We have the win. Doot doot doot. Play the Nightblade. GG. Because all my damage is currently on the table. They're going to Fanatical Offering. Okay, we ended up taking the match. It was a long one. We'll see you in round 4. Okay, round 4, we're on the play. This hand seems fine. We'll start doing things on turn 2. At least we're on the play. Play land, pass the turn. Our opponent leads on Forest and Finehorn Elves. We need to combo fast. Go land, get the Wellspring in play. Digging towards the Broodscale as soon as possible. Another Chrysalis doesn't really get me there. What's nice about the Chrysalis in the main deck is I know exactly what to cut. They play a Well-Wisher, find another Glee. I'm going to Eviscerate just Insight the Wellspring, just looking for lands and spells. We find... Tree of Tales. Play the Chromatic Star. I guess I can duress their card draw spell if they have one. 3, 4. I'm getting close to being able to put the Broodscale in play if I find a Broodscale. Currently our opponent has 2 mana. Plays a Birchlore Rangers, so they still have 2 mana. They can tap the Well-Wisher and the Birchlore to make a mana of any color. Okay, 2 mana. Plays Priest of Titania. Bad news. Another Glee. Let's go for the Duress. Masked Vandal, Hydra, Timberwatch Elf. We'll take the Winding Way. And play the Refractor. So I have to draw the Glee like almost right now. They can Winding Way for lands, and then they would get rid of, then they can like play the Mass Vandal to get rid of my land. Right now they have 3 attackers, 4 attackers, 5 elves on the battlefield. Plays a Winding Way. Okay. They put a forest in their graveyard. Plays another Timberwatch. That's bad news. Plays a Mass Vandal. It doesn't do anything. Okay. I accidentally passed my main phase. So second main, we will crack for a red. Find safekeeping. Let's go land. Play the Chrysalis. So is there anything that I can do here? I have 4 blockers. Right now they can attack for 14. I'll just play the Chromatic Star and pass the turn. Plays another Mass Vandal. Now they have 16 power on the battlefield. Or I mean 16 power from just the Timberwatches. So Nyxborn, Genersent, and Avenging Hunter in hand. Play the Avenging Hunter. That gives them a land. I kind of feel like they're going to go Nyxborn Hydra and then try to trample over. They play a Genersent. So they have Nyxborn Hydra in hand and that's it. Are they going to attack? They're swinging in. I'll block with my plant. Okay, we have to draw into... Didn't draw the creature we needed. Because the Hydra's in play, we're going to die to the Avenging Hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Crack for red, I guess. We drew a Tribe Elder. 16. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can beat them here. If I kill the Chrysalis and draw Broodscale land, I can go Broodscale. That doesn't work though. Okay, they got me. Let's see if we were going to draw into it. Nowhere close. So we are just going to go full on removal pile and get rid of safekeepings. Probably don't even need the duresses, the last rights. So then what else do I want? Guess Chrysalis is fine as like a beater to finish the game. Store up some mana maybe. All right, we're on the play again. We're looking for Drown in Sorrows. We have turn 2 Deadly Dispute. So I think this is keepable. Writhing Chrysalis as a way to store up some mana. Play the Calling Garden and I will pass the turn. We have quite a bit of removal in the deck. Our opponent plays a Findhorn Elves. My turn, I draw a Swamp. We'll Deadly Dispute this plant. Drew a Glee. I think I pass. Maybe next turn I just go Blood Fountain, dispute the, Insight the Fountain. They play a Priest of Titania and a Jaspera Sentinel. Let's go Blood Fountain. I'm looking for a Snuff Out. If I can kill this Priest, let's dispute the Blood Token. Did not find a Snuff. Is it worth it to Eviscerer's Insight the Blood Fountain? I don't think so. Let's pass. I'm like almost at a point where I can play the Chrysalis and the Evolution Witness and then Glee the Witness. Okay, they're doing a bunch of stuff. There's a Timberwatch on the battlefield. 2 cards in hand. It's in for 2. Let's go play the Writhing Chrysalis. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Just not drawing the Glee. Or I mean the Broodscale. That's what we need to do, is draw the Broodscale. Now they've got a ginormous creature with a Nyxborn Hydra on it, apparently. Okay, Hydra on the Sentinel. So it's 9 plus 5, 14, 15 damage. I'm going to block the Jaspera Sentinel with the Chrysalis. This will be 14 damage. They decide to use the Timberwatch on the Jaspera Sentinel. Pretty aggressive. I'm going to Deadly Dispute the Writhing Chrysalis, draw some cards. Looking for a sweeper of some kind. I drew the Snuff Out. So I can snuff out this Timberwatch or the Jaspera. Let's kill the Jaspera for now. I'll take 0 damage. Didn't draw. Forest. So I can go Evolution Witness, Glee, sacrifice all this to get back the Writhing Chrysalis, play the Writhing Chrysalis. Evolution Witness. Glee the Witness. Then go this. Back the Chrysalis. Red. Play the Chrysalis out. 8 plus 5. We still don't have enough to really win the game. I think I have to pass the turn and see what happens. They play Birchlaw Rangers, so now they have 6 elves on the battlefield. They're just attacking with the Hydra. Okay. 8. We're currently 14. Gonna block. They suit up the Hydra. I'm gonna take 11 damage. Okay. But we get back the Chrysalis immediately because of the Evolution Witness. Don't have a way to cast it though. Play my Wellspring. Find the Broodscale. Let's Eviscerator's Insight on the Wellspring. If I find a Glee now, I can make infinite mana, I guess. I have an infinitely sized creature. That didn't get me anywhere. Okay, Chromatic Star. But now if I find the Glee, I can win. Go black. No, that doesn't work, right? Eviscerator's Insight. Doesn't work either. Bummer. We got wrecked by these elves. They didn't really do anything, and we find the Glee. It was the next card. Ugh. Alright, they got me. We're here in round 5 on the draw versus Swimif. This is a hand that's sketchy, right? We have Chromatic Star, turn 1. Then we can crack it for another land, play that land potentially. I'm going to keep it because if we draw a second land, we can get Wellspring, Deadly Dispute going. We'll be really, really swimming. Swimif, swimming. Our opponent is on red. But they've mulliganed to 5, so maybe we'll have the chance. We find a land. So now we can go turn 2 Wellspring, turn 3 Deadly Dispute, then start playing the Chrysalis. And hopefully the Chrysalis as a blocker will stop them. Let's see what my sideboard is like. I believe it's just Drown in Sorrows and Weather the Storms. Our opponent plays a Synthesizer looking for a land and finds a Lightning Bolt. And let's see, they do have the land. Bolt face will go to 15 on this turn. Bam. Bam. I guess we do need the Chromatic Star for a third color. I think I'll play the Wellspring here. We end up drawing a Chromatic Star. Our opponent plays another Synthesizer. And they find an Implement of Combustion, which they can cast if they want to. And then we'll go to 14 here. That was their turn 3. Now it's my turn 3. Now I have the mana to cast the Chrysalis next turn, so I can play the Chromatic Star, pass the turn. End step, Deadly Dispute the Wellspring, and then lead into the Writhing Chrysalis. Hard to say. Writhing, it's all good. Opponent puts us to 13 with the Implement. Drawing a card, going to 4 cards in hand. Plays a Tomb Raider. Let's Deadly Dispute this Wellspring. We're going to be taking 3, going to 10. Find a Duress. And I'll F6. I guess I can play Chrysalis and then try to Duress them. Find a Landscape. Play the Landscape. Make a red. Play the Chrysalis. Let's start with a Duress and see what's going on over there. Implement again. They have Blast Runner and Bushwhacker. So I think I should pass. Right now we have blocks set up. Taking their Implement away is good for their card draw. For my side anyway. They're going to loot away something. Or rummages away a Blast Runner. Second land. Or second land now that they have open. They play Bushwhacker. Okay. So let's go ahead and block everything. Block, block, and block. And then we can sacrifice the spawn. Then now I can sacrifice the Chromatic Star for black, sacrifice the other spawn. I'll have black and colorless and can Eviscerator's Insight. They're using a Fire Blast to kill my creature. Okay, let's go black. Kind of safekeeping. It's pretty brutal for them. I'll make a green, safekeeping this, and sacrifice this. All right, so now we have a 4/5 that can't die this turn. They have no Fire Blast in hand. Like Colony Garden, or just play the Colony Garden and get a plant. Play the Basking Broodscale and pass the turn. Our opponent, they tried to go for it, and we got lucky ripping that Tamiyo Safekeeping off the top. So now they're pretty behind. Plays a Synthesizer, and they find a Tomb Raider, which they can't cast. They can't even attack, and we win game 1. Hooray! So we want the Drown in Sorrows and the Weather the Storms. And then I like taking out the Duresses. I don't think that's necessary, because eventually we're just going to board wipe them. And then I think the safekeeping can be good. Don't want the Last Rites. Don't think the Nightblade is necessary as a win condition. And I think it might be better to just get rid of all this stuff. We'll also get rid of 1 safekeeping and 1 Tribe Elder. So we're looking to stall, board wipe, and win. Our hand here is not keepable. We're going to mulligan. Okay, this is pretty good. Let's keep. Then I'll get rid of, I think, the safekeeping here. We're going to land into a forest, play the Tribe Elder on turn 2, block and sacrifice, and then we'll go Wellspring plus Broodscale and look to just trade the Broodscale with one of their spells. We can grab the forest here and the mountain with the Tribe Elder. Okay, Colony Garden does the same thing, so we just play the Colony Garden out. Gives me a blocker. Opponent goes Implement. Will they crack it and get in for 3? Okay, that's their plan. We go to 16. Finding the Chrysalis. Hello. Play my Steve and pass the turn. Looks like our opponent's just going straight to attacks. No attacks. Okay, Synthesizer. I think they may have skipped their first main phase on accident. Finding a mountain. Plays the mountain. They have 5 cards in hand. What's going to happen? Seal of Fire can take out the Sakura Tribe Elder. Okay. We'll crack it. Get a mountain. Play land. I'm definitely enjoying this version of Black-Green Glee. Got a lot more going on for it. One thing they could do is Seal of Fire one of my Eldrazi once it hits the table before the Chrysalis hits the table. They decide not to. Okay. They go Lightning Bolt face. Can't do anything about that. I think if they Seal of Fire me, I'll block with the plant and the spawn, sacrificing the spawn, making this a 2/4. I have to remember that I don't have any like grindiness. I'm just trying to survive. If they wanted, they could go Lightning Bolt on the Chrysalis, and I would respond with a spawn token. The Lightning Bolt would resolve, and then they could Seal of Fire to kill it. They crack their Synthesizer, finding a Kuldotha Rebirth. I think that probably means that I don't want to sacrifice my spawns this turn. I want to get stuff on the table. I'll take the 3 and go to 10. They have to sacrifice their land in order to get the Kuldotha going. Oh boy, they go Goblin Grenade, so they must have Fire Blast plus Seal of Fire here. They didn't? Okay. I guess any bolt kills me. So maybe I don't want to be doing what I'm doing here. Yeah, I probably should just play the Wellspring first in case I draw into a Weather the Storm. Play another Chrysalis. I'll grab a forest with my fetch. And I guess I'm passing. We're dead to any bolt in hand. Okay, they got me. Let's try this again. Bring this back in. We would like to play first. We have the Drown in Sorrow now. Let's keep. Land into Refractor, I guess. Swamp, pass. Our opponent leads on a mountain. And Tomb Raider, that's fast. Okay. Find the Deadly Dispute, so I'm getting the Wellspring down. That way I can Deadly Dispute the Wellspring, find either the Weather Storm or the next Swamp. Opponent plays a Synthesizer, turning their Tomb Raider into a 2/2, finding Galvanic Blast. We have Weather the Storm here. They go Galvanic Face, get in for 2. I think I'm just going to play my Forest and pass the turn. This way, if they play a couple of spells, we can go Deadly Dispute into Weather the Storm. This right here together is 6 life, and maybe it'll be enough. Let's see, our opponent plays a Kuldotha Rebirth. So that plays right into our Drown in Sorrow, which is good. But I think they're probably going to try to Bushwhacker me here. And if that's the case, we might get hosed. Play a Seal of Fire. Alright, we'll get hit for 1. Deadly Dispute on the Wellspring. Storm is 3. If I find a swamp, I'm just blasting off the Weather Storm. We find the Glee. Glee is not good in the face of the Seal of Fire here. We do find the swamp. Play Weather Storm. That puts me at 27. And then I can untap and board wipe them. My turn. Play the Drown in Sorrow. Then I get to scry 1, which is nice. A little bit of extra value. So do I want the mountain? I don't think so. I already have a land drop lined up and no Chrysalis in hand. Plus if I get the Energy Refractor or the Sakura Tribe in play, it's like not that big of a deal. Our opponent chatted really and then scooped the match. You gotta love it. We ended up getting that chest back, which is sweet. I'm trying to grind out my version of everything going. Here we are. Where were we? Check out the deck. Nope, that's not the right one. This is the one that I was playing previously, which was kind of neat, but Bojuka Bogs were weird. So I felt like my deck was a little bit more streamlined. Overall, Sakura Tribe Elder barely did anything. So I think this is actually a spot where you just want to put back in the Malevolent Rumbles. And then maybe with Malevolent Rumbles there, this deck is going to be pretty solid. Malevolent Rumble also ramps you, but then you're going to need more Chromatic Stars potentially. So it's all a give and take. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll probably stop working on Glee and start working on stuff with the new cards, and we'll see you in those videos. Have a good one.